Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a playthrough with the monk. And as you can see, we're very close to leveling from the last time we were here. We're ready to continue our adventure into the defiled crypts. So for once, this actually, the lower left, is not available to me. So we're going to go ahead and try and find another one here. So hopefully here, very quickly, we'll get our next ability, so we'll have something interesting to show right from the beginning. Here we go, this should do it. And just like that, we are level 8 with a new spirit generator, Crippling Wave. We're going to go ahead and put this on. This is Crippling Wave, again, 6 spirit per attack. Sweeping punches that cripple enemies, reducing their attack and movement speed. So, what does this actually do? A series of large sweeping attacks that cause 110% weapon damage to all enemies in front of you. Every third hit deals damage to all enemies around you and dazes them, slowing movement speed by 50% and attack speed by 35% for 5 seconds. So once again, we have an ability here that kind of shows the toolkit of the monk about moving and being able to try and avoid that damage, because here we can reduce their attack speed and their movement speed, which means the monk can get in, do damage, and quickly get away while he's debuffed them. This is also one of the the first spirit generator that we get that does more than 100% weapon damage. Whereas Fist of Thunder does 100% with a faster attack speed, Deadly Reach does 100% with an attack that goes out to 25 yards in the third hit. This one, it promises to be a very close range ability. So we'll probably also have a slower attack speed. Let's just check it out here. Very colorful, very runic, but definitely close range. Of course, the close range is taken care of by our dashing strike. And that goblin did not last very long. Let's go ahead and kick a few of these guys to get rid of them. Overall, even though it's a shorter range, I do like it. More damage is always a plus. So let's go ahead and collect some of the loot here that we didn't collect earlier. There we go. I like that second hit. Actually, I like the third hit as well. It doesn't really feel that much slower than Fist of Thunder. Now, there's a slight delay compared to Fist of Thunder, but not enough. Oh, I haven't done this on any of my playthroughs.
Grave robbers have defiled my tomb. Now my husband writhes in torment because I do not rest at his side. Return my bones so that we may rest in peace.
Very good, the matriarch's bones. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get myself a few monsters to kill here. Every time we go to one of these urns, we get one of these phantoms. Well, maybe just one now. Just activate this one, and there we go. At least get more skeletons.
I don't have enough spirit.
31 monsters, not bad. Of course, I ran out of spirit, couldn't get to the next two in time, which is a shame. So something I haven't quite pointed out until now is this event, much like the Jar of Souls, as you can see, does not have an icon here. I'm sure that'll be fixed. That's probably just a beta bug. I can't imagine that they'll just want to leave that blank. Most of the other quests, they have some little icon there to kind of represent what the quest was all about. Of course, even if they leave it blank, not necessarily a bad thing, although since everything else has one, it would kind of seem a little out of place.
The clown is not here. I must search one of the other crypts.
I also got a decent chunk of experience. I just leveled at the beginning of this video, and as you can see, I am already halfway to the next level. Now, did I have any gear that I could use? That doesn't have the experience gain, so I don't need that. Don't need that. Trying to keep my experience gain equipment, so... But what I can use is I can use my new magic Diablo. And I wanted to bring these up because each one of these is actually pretty nice. Each hit adds 2 to life, spirit regeneration increased by 0.2 per second, and damage dealt converted to life. Whereas here we have plus 3 to life after each kill, spirit regen by 0.22 per second, and gain 0.2 life per spirit spent. So we have some very interesting modifiers here. That's kind of why I kept this. I wanted to show that off. Modifiers that are very class specific for some of these items. That's kind of something I haven't seen before on items that were procured for Diablo 2. Here I have something that only the monk can use. I use spirit and I can actually gain life back from it. Now this one's actually not the better of the two. I will be trying the other one. According to the stats here, you can see that I lose protection because of the dexterity being lost. However, it does say I gain plus 4 damage. Of course, these both have dexterity on them, which it may not factor into that damage. This damage listed here is more than likely just the weapon damage. So we're going to go ahead and test this out and see if it truly is better. So these are 11.8, 11.2. This is 18.1, so that would of course be the effective if I had two 18.1 weapons in my hands. Again, the theory being that two-handed weapons should give you a slight damage increase over the attack speed increase of using two one-handed weapons. So once again, we're going to go here, 20.17, put in the Diablo, 25.29. Very nice. So obviously superior by about 5. Neither one of these had, nope, no experience bonus. I do like the look of the Diablo. Once again, I kind of want to do the animations here. Alright, looking good. Let's see how slow my attack speed is now. Yeah, it's definitely slower. But let's see how much harder I hit now. See that? Oh, one-shotting these ashes. Amazing. That's amazing, Mike! Show us some more. Yeah, those urns did not stand a chance. So nice large bursts of damage there. Of course, the downside of this is I will not be gaining spirit as much. Which means I could make the conscious decision to go back to Fists of Thunder to see if I like it better. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace Slashing Tail Kick with the Fist of Thunder just so I can compare the two attack speeds with the two-handed weapon.
That ability is not yet recharged.
So very much like Cleave in the regards that it hits a nice area. It seems like every single attack of this one does an area effect, whereas Fist of Thunder, only the third hit does an area of effect. Again, we're kind of breaking the rules where an area of effect shouldn't do more damage than a single target, but the downside to using Crippling Wave is, one, the range. Fist of Thunder does have a larger range, and it lets me be a little safer, a little further out, at least on the third hit. The first two hits are still close range. But also the attack speed increase of Fist of Thunder makes up for the AoE component, the more damage that this one has. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use Fist of Thunder and kind of see how fast that goes. Come back here. So as you can see here too, one thing I'm able to do is I'm actually able to mix and match my strikes if I want to. So you may actually want to create a build with more than one generator based on the situations you're in. So let's take a quick look here. I'm going to zoom in. And let's do Fist of Thunder first. 1, 2, 3. And then crippling. 1, 2, 3. So, not a massive change, but there is still one. But let's just take a look here. We're going to do Fist of Thunder, crippling, Fist of Thunder. So what I could do here is I could use the first two strikes of Fist of Thunder if I wanted to be quick. Since Crippling Wave's first two attacks, well, the first one's not that great, second one's not that bad. But I could go 1, 2, and then quickly do my AoE component if I wanted to. So you can actually start creating combos. You could actually add more than two spirit generators if you need to. So if I got Deadly Reach in here, in fact, let's just go ahead and, just for the sake of argument, we're going to put that in there. And obviously there's not going to be any major benefit to doing this, although I think there is a passive later that increases based on which combos you use. But that's not in the scope of what we're going to be looking at here for now. I just want to take a look and see if, these would actually feed off of each other. So as of right now, I have no spirit spenders, but my spirit generators typically do enough that I don't exactly need them. And this is something that I like about the monk and the barbarian, and it's something that I really didn't like too much regarding the demon hunter, because the demon hunter's generators did not feel as strong as they really could have been. Of course, I'll talk about that more when I do another demon hunter video. I am planning on going back and showing the skills I picked up at level 13. And some of the damage I was able to put out by changing my build up a bit, putting some passives on. The Demon Hunter actually can do a fairly decent amount of damage, and I know I talked about it being low, and in some regards it is, but you really do need a good build to make it shine. Ooh, getting knocked back there. As you saw there, I kind of tried to mix the three together there. Alright, let's look at this. So if I wanted to start with, say, let's get here and get my attacks ready. Fist, reach, there you go. So you can combine that however you want. Again, not that I think that's the best way to go, but I do think it's interesting that way. They let you choose your combos and kind of create your own fighting style. I'm actually kind of liking the 1-2 Fist of Thunder into the third Crippling Wave, because those first two attacks are just a tiny bit faster. And comparatively, a little bit more range. Alright, so let's go ahead and change it up. We got Mantra of Evasion. Again, another passive ability that I won't be keeping for long, but we'll put it on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep Crippling Wave, I believe. I want to keep Dashing Strike. I like Dashing Strike. And then let's put on the Mantra of Retribution, and see what that does. Like all mantras, it costs 25 spirit. Enemies take damage when they cause melee damage to you or your allies. So again, another aura. All of these, of course, are going to be auras. Recite a mantra that causes you and all allies within 40 yards to reflect melee damage back at enemies, dealing holy damage equal to 40% of the damage sustained. Lasts 3 minutes. So we're looking at a Thorns type ability here. And of course, for 3 seconds after activation, the effect on you is increased by 80%. So only on you, not on your group. I believe it's the same here. Doesn't say for sure on you, but this one does for sure say on you, and it's 80%. And it's probably because of the higher percentage chance with that 80 there. So you're looking at about 120% damage returned. Which reminds me of Iron Maiden for the Necromancer. Let's put that on. You could literally make monsters kill themselves with this build. Alright, once that comes up, I'll go ahead and turn it on. So it looks like this time I got a little unlucky with my crypts. That turns out to be the last one I explored that I got, but that works for me, because I like exploring. Okay, let's turn it on. So because of that reactive component, I could actually use this as my spirit spender if I really wanted to. Get in close and turn it on so that monsters start doing a massive amount of damage back to themselves. Damage taken reduced by 25. Makes me wonder if this would actually reduce the effectiveness of my aura. Let's just see what they do to themselves here. Not a lot compared to what I can do to them, apparently. But not bad. Definitely a very nice group skill as well. Let's see, what should we return to? I think I'm going to keep Lash Tail Kick. Ability is really nice. Monsters come up behind me, and I may not see them come up right away, but I'll still hit them, because it actually hits everything around me in a 360-degree arc. Definitely useful in a situation where, say, you were surrounded. The Jar of Souls event would heavily benefit from this, because everything comes around you. You can just keep hitting that, and you'll hit everything as they come up to you.
The clown is near.
Okay, actually I do have some shoulders I can wear here. Since I hit level 9, actually I'm going to go back to town real fast because I picked the shoulders off of my barbarian because those still had experience gain on them. I'll probably go ahead and give these to the barbarian to use in the meantime. One of the things I love about being able to share gear and gear not being bound. Let's just go ahead and look at it and how it looks on my character. I bet it matches the helmet. Actually, okay, I can't go back yet, that's right. Do not have the stone yet, that's what I'm here for. Short-term memory loss. It's quite alright. Eat my kicks. I have to say, I actually think I prefer the style of using two one-handed weapons, at least for this and the Barbarian, just because the faster attack speeds feel really nice. Actually, the Barbarian I could see going either way, but the Monk, the way his generators work, and how expensive some of his spirit spenders can be, I think in the end, I would want to go for the two one-hand build, just to be able to generate that spirit back quickly and use these high-cost abilities. Although destroying skeletons instantly is a nice benefit.
To bring that monster Leon back to the throne.
I don't have enough spirit.
You knock me away and I come right back. Rooted. A glass star. You know, I haven't looked at that. I want to see what this looks like on. It goes right in the middle of his forehead. That's kind of neat, though. Anything else? Ooh, I have +4 experience on an axe. Unfortunately, as you can see, 9.8 compared to 18 kind of makes that a no-brainer. If I want to kill fast, I want to use this. Alright then. Now we can go back to town. Didn't go how I planned it. There we go. Right-clicking with the stash open will put items in the stash, not equip it.
You found the crown. Truth be told, I didn't think you'd make it back alive. Ah, it needs repair. Should be no problem. It's good to work again. There. New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than making spades to occupy my mind. I want my life to mean something.
As you should. You will craft for me weapons with which to carry out my sacred duty. I have the crown. Where is the Skeleton King?
At last. With it, you can unlock the sealed door in the room where you rescued me and enter the royal crypts. When you find the Skeleton King, place the crown atop his head and destroy him.
The Skeleton King lies at the heart of the imbalance in this land. I will end his reign and find the fallen star.
Alright, very good. And of course I have access to my merchants up here now. Go ahead and sell these items. Alright, let's go find us a Templar. Actually, one moment. Since I'll be getting the Templar, I have these rings with additional experience and magic find. Minor. Still nice to have. So I'm noticing that same red glow on my staff here. And I'm guessing that red glow is the life steal, or the regenerate life, which is kind of nice. Now, what I want to look at here... As you can see here, I get 0 spirit regenerated per second, even though it does say 0.2. It makes me wonder... There it goes. It is going up at a very, very slow rate, but obviously less than any spirit per second. But it does increase it, so you do have fractions, and it does count. Even if your detail screen says 0, you still have that fraction. So definitely one of the things that I'm liking the most about the monk so far is this dashing strike. Just love being able to get in there very quickly. I know the barbarian has his leap attack, but this one having no cooldown and being able to use it wherever I need. And the fact that it's like a flash step, I kind of like that. I'm definitely not gaining back my spirit near as fast here. I'm killing fairly quickly, but because it's with less hits, I'm noticing between fights here I'm not having quite as much spirit as I was before, and being able to spam abilities. Because with the two one-handed items, I could go in and pretty much hit a few lash tail kicks and have my spirit back in a very quick manner. Of course, as we see this item having spirit regeneration on it, later on it may not become a big deal because you can probably have a build where you're getting a decent amount of spirit even with a two-handed weapon, and getting it back even without having to attack something. Of course, the barbarian does have a passive that allows him to actually regenerate rage rather than lose it. Of course, that's one of the final passives he learns. And you have to, that's obviously going to come with some drawbacks. With that one, you're picking that over some other passive, which could be a damage increase or survivability. Of course, here I'm not able to spam my abilities as much, but I don't really need to, as each ability hits a lot harder now. It's all about playstyle. I'm thinking I just see the monk as a fast class. I'd want him to be fast. But of course I plan on making more than one of each character. Granted, you can keep slotting your skills any way you want, but I kind of like having one of each, having a male and a female version of each class, and kind of building them up a little bit differently as they level. Possibly doing different final builds. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what is going on here. I have to apologize. You might be seeing what I'm seeing here of a excessively slow frame rate, and I'm not sure what's causing that. Let's go back and see if this gets resolved. Yeah, see, I go back a bit and... Okay, no, it's still happening even back here. Alright, I will cut this off and we'll come back. Alright, and I'm back. I have to apologize about that. Apparently had some massive slowdown there. I think FRAPS was having a fit about something, and I'm not sure why. I have that happen on occasion where it'll slow down on a recording and I just have to stop it and restart it, so hopefully I can get this spliced together so it doesn't look too bad.
When we returned from our horrific defeat in Westmarch, my beloved king lost all pretense of sanity. He seethed with rage, spitting curses upon us as traitors. With great sorrow, I ran him through.
Alright, stopping again. Okay, I've come back to town here to kind of see if everything's stabilizing. I think at this point this will end up being part 4 instead of from part 3, because it looks like I'd been about 30 minutes of recording or something close there. Ah, and this is something new I haven't seen before. A letter from the blacksmith.
My dearest Heydrich, do not feel despair, my love. You did everything you could. Our time together meant more than words can say. But in the end, fate is a cruel mistress. Your strength is needed to end the horrors that beset this world. My final wish is that you find your path. Love always. Mira.
Ah, I hadn't run into that before, so apparently your followers will have their own kind of story here. I wonder if he'll say anything about it.
I am surprised to see you working so soon after your wife's passing.
There's no point in hiding my face in a pillow. You need weapons, I make weapons. Work needs getting done.
I find your devotion admirable, and the quality of your work is impressive. We will speak again.
Alright, very nice. I'm looking forward to seeing what the other artisans will say and if there'll be any quests associated with him down the road. Okay, we're going to go back down and hopefully be able to continue this playthrough. So it is rather nice that not only am I able to do this AoE damage, but it slows them. And also prevents me from taking damage. Very tempting to want to combine that with Mantra of Evasion. They'll attack slower, I'll dodge more. Everybody wins. Well, maybe not the monsters.